So surprisingly, I wasn't the lighting designer for this show. It was Julian. Anyway, I get to rehearsal and I'm hesitantly approached and asked to go up in the lighting space. Like a fool, I happily agree. After working on a few lights, I am ready to come down and I find out the ladder has been taken away. Turns out, I was supposed to stay up there during the rehearsal. No biggie, right? That's what I thought the first hour. Then the second, third, fourth, fifth. At this point, I'm starving. I haven't eaten in 8 hours. I'm texting, begging, pleading for food. Finally, I receive a care package. Glorious food. All is well. Then hours 6 and 7 pass. I'm cramped, tired, and stiff. Only after hour 8 do I receive the godsend of an escape from my prison. I was lucky to get out. Others, not so much.
It was the talent show of 2020. I was running the sound for that show, and it was my first show, so I was already quite nervous. Person A and Person B were about to perform a pretty serious number. And you want to know what happened? I missed the cue. I mean, how could I let that happen? I was repeatedly pressing the go button on QLab, but no sound was coming out. Obviously, there was an awkward silence, so when that happens, someone tries to fill that with talking to the crowd. And that's what they did, but I felt so terrible. After that, I was never asked to run sound again. Well, so much for it being one of my first shows.
I'm short. At the beginning of high school, I never noticed this. Yes, I had to look up at people, but that was normal. And maybe I did have to go on my toes to reach for things, but it never really bothered me. Now this year in particularly, I had been reminded of my true reality. For example, the 16-foot ladder incident. We were fixing lights when we had to move it to the other side of the stage. Ready to receive it, I reached my arms above my head to catch it, but only to find that there was nothing for me to catch, because my taller friends in tech had caught it. I was too short to reach it and therefore to carry it. To make it worse, my friends always remind me of my difficulty. Of course, I know it's all said with love, but my true moment of fear was with the pulley incident. Walking back to tech, everyone walked in front of me in the shop, hitting the cord that pulled down an extension. And finally, when it got to me, I couldn't reach it. I had to jump as high as I could and I couldn't reach it. Noticing this, the senior tech kids came back in the shop and all helped me reach the string. I might be short and I might need help with things, but I know that no matter what, tech will always have my back. We're a family.
It's freshman year, it's my first show, and I'm super excited. A couple of weeks, and the stage is finally built. Me and Simon were under the stage to move trees and work the fog machines. We weren't prepared, though. You see, the speakers for the music were under the stage with us. We had them pretty loud. Me and Simon sat there, eagerly waiting for the show to start, and for us to finally experience what it was like to be a crew member during Tech Week. When all of a sudden, a bombardment of music struck us. The music flooded our ears like a wave smashing a seawall. We sat there, hands over our ears, happy to finally experience life as a crew member.
We were building some set piece for some show. Cut me some slack, this was a long while ago. And it was within a combined class. That means Tech 1 students with Tech 2 students and a couple Tech 3 students. So there was predictably a bit of a learning curve. However, Tech 1 was needed to go into advanced musical theater, so many of the Tech 1 people were just high schoolers who needed this as a prerequisite. One of these said individuals was an aspiring musical theater student, who I was told had to work with Trey and I. The very first thing we needed to accomplish was pre-drilling a piece of wood. Due to misplacing or simply losing it, most of the pre-drills were gone, except that is, for one, the only no pre-drill in the entire building, adored by all for its inherent use. Anyways, Trey and I let the Tech 1 student use it because we really didn't feel like doing it. We briefed her on how to use it, and we're sure to mention that under no circumstances should she break it. Seconds after starting, it was broken. Snapped completely in half. Unfortunately, this brought the entire project to an abrupt and heartbreaking stop.